Okay, college algebra, let's talk about circles. Some general facts about circles is that there's the set of all points that lie a certain distance from the center. This distance is usually referred to as the radius. Maybe other people may just call it the distance from the center, but otherwise it has a name, radius. Of course, we know double that distance is the diameter, the distance across the circle through the center. The center is called the point HK, and the set of coordinates on the circle are considered the set of all x, y. The equation for a circle is developed from the distance formula. So the distance formula is the change in x plus the squared plus the change in y squared equals the total distance squared. And x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared is called the center radius form of a circle, and it can be found using the distance formula. But for now, we're just going to practice finding the equation of a circle given center -4, 5. So this is HK. My radius is here. So I just put this into the equation. So x minus -4 squared plus y minus 5 squared equals 3 squared. Now to clean that up, minus -4 is really plus. X plus 4 squared plus y minus 5 squared. 3 squared is 9. So you have the center and the radius. Finding this equation of the circle is really easy. You just plug in the values to where they go in the equation. It represents the shifts. We find the equation of the circle given the center is 3, 0 and radius is 6. We know x minus 3 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 6 squared. That's just x minus 3 squared. I don't need a minus 0 plus y squared equals 36. To draw this, I start at that center point, 3, 0. To me, the easiest way to do it is just draw going out 6, that radius in each direction. And once you do that, just kind of round it into form. It doesn't have to be perfect when you're sketching. I'm just doing my best here, and once it looks circle-like, I'll be happy with that. Not the worst. But once you have the center and radius, it's very easy to draw the circle. I'll just generally plot directions and go from there. Okay, so what if you have a circle and you can go back to the equation? So the hardest part is to find the center, but you can roughly find the center by finding the middle point of the top of the circle and the sides of the circle. So like it's about there, which is the point 0, 1. If I'm measuring this distance here, so it's like a distance of 2, which is our radius. So it looks like I have x minus 0 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 2 squared, or x squared plus y minus 1 squared is 4. I'll leave D for you guys to do. Just know that the center looks like it's 3, 1. The radius is 4. But you guys can make the equation from that one. Okay, now the harder part of circles. The general form of the circle is x squared plus y squared, not in that nice rounded form, plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0. Now, when you have a general form of a circle, it looks like a general form of a conic. You don't actually know if it's a circle yet. You got to move everything around and complete the square twice in order to find out if your r squared ends up being positive, 0, or negative. If you have a positive r squared, that means your radius is positive, which means you have a center point and a positive distance out from the center, which will create a circle. If your r squared is 0, that means you have a center point and you go out from that center, 0, which is nowhere, and therefore you only have that point because there's no circle to make. If your r squared is negative, you can't have an imaginary radius, so it's a non-existent circle. So to go back to completing center radius form, you have to complete the square on both variables. So determine what type of shape x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 10y plus 18 equals 0 is. If it's a circle, find the center and radius. Okay, so move the constant over first and collect your x and y terms. Once I have my two x terms collected, this is where I'll leave a blank here for completing the square. Y terms collected, leave a blank here. When I subtract 18 to the other side, it's now a negative 18. If I have two blanks on the left side, I need two blanks on the right side to deal with that. And I'd complete the square for x. Negative 6 over 2 is negative 3 squared is 9. So a 9 here, 9 here. Same thing for the 10y. 10 over 2 is 5. 5 squared is 25. Add the 25. So but the goal of this is to complete the square. This is now x minus 3 squared. Again, same thing for y. This is now y plus 5 squared. On the right side, negative 18 plus 9 plus 25 is 16. Okay, so here's my r squared. It's positive, which means we have a circle. So to find my center and radius of my circle, my center is the opposite sign for the x and y that I see. So if it's a minus 3, this is really 3 as the center. It's what makes the inside 0 for x. What makes the inside 0 for y? Negative 5. And my radius is the square root of 16. So my radius is 4. And we'll continue more in the next video.